There has been a massive rise in the alt-right and right-wing YouTube channels, and moreover reactionary SJW channels such as Sargon of Akkad and Prison Planet, who pretty much make their revenue through their YouTube views of angry alt-righters and more specifically anti-SJW people. The rise of the alt-right and these right-wing YouTubers can directly be attributed to authoritarian leftists. So we have to look at political spectrum as a box. It's not linear. So you have the left and the right, but you also have authoritarian and libertarian. So a libertarian leftist will not go out and go to a college campus and then protest or shut down a professor or some right-wing dude trying to give a speech, because you should have the freedom to do whatever speech you want. And unfortunately, a mistake that I have made, and I'm trying to warn you guys not to, is to not make the statement that hate speech is not free speech, because it's simply unfortunately not true. Not unfortunate in the precedent, because that would be a terrible precedent, but instead the mistake of me reiterating such. And hate speech is simply free speech. It is constituted as free speech. So, and plus, it gets very muddled as to what is hate speech then. And here's the thing, okay? It's not. The only things that are not free speech are things that are akin to causing violence or disturbing the peace, or direct threats of violence. But anyways, so when these people, these social justice warriors go and shut down a speaker at a college, what you then do is you empower them and give them more attention and give them more relevancy, if you will. So liberals, and I don't want to actually use the title liberals, and that's why I use that word, is because I want to let you know that those people aren't liberals. What they are is instead leftists, because a liberal is a leftist libertarian. A classical liberal would be an example of a right-wing libertarian, but the difference between a leftist and a liberal is that a liberal is a left-wing libertarian, while a leftist can be a left-wing libertarian, but can also be a left-wing authoritarian. So it's a more bigger group that engulfs both of them, but you can get deeper into the details. And that's the problem with political labels and political, groups. But so this actions done by the authoritarian leftist is diminishing and utterly destroying the left's relevancy and the defense and popularity it has, because of these SJWs, social justice warriors, who go and shut down things like college speakers or are massive feminists. And I've seen this video of this Canadian professor who said he's not going to use gender neutral pronouns. So now these SJWs got together and went and shut down his talk. You can't do that, dude. It's free speech. If he's going to go and they allow him to speak on the college campus, that is free speech, okay? You can't shut him down for that. Whether you like what he's saying or not. Think about it this way, and I'll turn it back to you guys, okay? A lot of liberals are atheists. What if Christians were to get together and call your atheist speech or whatever you're doing hate speech, and they decide to shut you down? How are you going to feel then? You're not going to feel so good, because that is why we have free speech in America. The way that we do it is, rather than shutting them down, we pin them by asking questions. And if you can't pin them by asking questions, that means you have to seriously question yourself and as to what's going on in the discussion. And maybe it'll cause you to think more. So what we need to do is stop empowering idiots like Dave Rubin and idiots like Paul Joseph Watson and Sargon of Akkad. And what's disappointing is, the reactionary stuff that comes out of someone like the Amazing Atheist, who's massively left when it comes to economic policy and even social policy. So, someone who's like a staunch Bernie Sanders supporter is making reactionary videos to SJWs because of how outrageous they are, shutting down everyone who disagrees with them on college campuses. I mean, it sucks, and we really need to stop this whole shutting down people from speaking at college campuses, because it ruins our movement, it ruins our power, ruins our relevancy. We look like a bunch of idiots, and it empowers these jackass trolls to then become more powerful on the internet.